Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode, yeah, guys, yeah, of the Dial and Claude show. I mean, we ought to have done this show like 2 weeks ago, but Arsenal have been messing up real bad. That me and Oregon Gunner haven't really been in the mood. And this week, me and Oregon Gunner, we set to do it. Was it not like maybe yesterday or so? But
Yeah,
I don't know. He even sent me a message. But man, I was just too damn weak to
right.
even do any. As in, after I watched that game, I just wanted to, I just
Some
wanted to just chill with my
your wife.
chill with my with the missus, man.
Get it. I get it. That's what I did most of the day yesterday too. Afterwards,
it was
so
it was oh my days. It
it
was
was
it was
it was bad.
horrible. It was horrible, and guys, I had to push it back, and and I'm so happy that that we have it today. Of course, I do know that my guy and your guy TJ and CMO, yeah, Connor
Yeah.
CMO, where we're talking as if I was gonna run away from today, from
Oh boy.
Sakazin TV's
Oh boy.
show coming
Yeah.
up this
Yeah.
week, and you know what? Yeah, I'm not running away. The
Good.
show goes on.
Stand your ground, bro. Stand your
This
ground.
the show goes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, Oregon Gunner in 1 week. I mean,
Mm,
this past week has been a blessed week to me per se.
good.
In terms of being in the space. Uh, just I think that was around Tuesday. I went on Sakazin TV. I told them, see, the stars are back aligning after that PSV beat down by
Yep.
Arsenal.
Yep.
During the week in the Champions League, away from home. And everyone wanted a piece of me, and everyone was so angry with me. And then Northside, my former collaborator, was so angry with me that he invited them into his show. no,
What?
no he actually posted me on his thumbnail, and I said, "Hey, man, I have to come defend myself." And
Mm,
the link was sent. I did my thing. Lee Gunner came down there, and we had
really?
a fairy debate
Oh,
online.
yeah.
Of course, Lee Gunner is the main guy. He's our guy.
Yep.
At the end of the whole thing, I don't want to cause a scene with me and Lee Gunner. If it was another person, I would likely want to cause a scene down there and scatter the place, upside down. But it's Lee Gunner, and I have respect for the guy, so I don't want to, just I just don't want to talk out of turn,
Right.
with him because I do respect him per se. And I had a chat with Igal, on
Mm,
his channel, and so just through this week alone, it has been, this past week it has been blessed. How about you, Oregon Goodman? Talk to us,
I've been
man.
good, bro.
BBK Sports is in the charts. Big
Yeah.
up to
Yeah.
BBK Sports. BBK, what are you doing? You ought to join me and Oregon Goodman on this one,
We'll
but
get him out next week.
Oregon
Let's
Goodman,
get him
it's a
next week.
fast-paced one. Yeah,
Let's get him
Oregon.
next week. Yeah, he's up in Seattle. He's not far from me, so let's get him on
Yeah,
next week.
right.
Next Tuesday, BBK
Yeah,
show. Then
next week.
next Tuesday we'll run
Yeah,
it.
next week on,
Um,
on this show. But he's coming down here to this show this week.
Perfect.
BBK Sports on Friday, by the grace of God. Me and you should be doing something. Yeah, on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
So,
great. Um,
Oregon Guinea,
yeah.
Manchester United,
Mm.
Arsenal football. As in, let's don't sugarcoat it. What was your thoughts on that matchup, man? As in,
By
let's
far,
don't run around. Let's just call a spade, and shoot.
that's what. Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. That was one of the
Mm.
first halves of football we've played. First half was absolutely dead. Our captain can't. Our captain cannot galvanize this team, Tony. He can't grab these players and say, "Do your job." Right? It all falls on the manager, of course, and we'll get to that. But first things first, this kid is not good enough. He is not Premier League good enough. He was good 2 seasons ago, not too bad last season, and after the injury of this season, the not having a target man, not having his right winger in Saka, it really shows his weaknesses. as a captain, a leader, and as a player, Tony. I mean,
mm,
I said the other day with TJ that we need someone of the ilk of Frank Lampard, KDB, Cesc Fabregas, Yaya,
yeah.
right? Players with some meat on their bones. This kid is
Mm.
lightweight, bro. He's a lightweight. You know, go go back to Sociedad, go back to La Liga, go to Inter, AC Milan, whatever you've got to do, Odegaard, but get him out. I want the
But, but,
sports director to get
but,
him
but
out.
I'm sorry, I have to chime in there.
Sure.
Was the fault really on Odegaard's foot in that game against Manchester United? Because
No.
I mean, he created some certain chances. There was one he created for Trossard, and he completely blew it away. I mean, he
And
created some chances. Manchester United remains a difficult place to go to. I
I
mean, the
understand. Listen,
Abugi team, there's a rivalry going on
here's
between we and them, even if they've had a bad form, it still doesn't matter. It's a hard ground for us to go down there and get something. But
Tony, he
would you
played
just
here
put the whole
this
blame
season.
on Odegaard? Because so many other people had blame,
I
had
know.
blames for that match or for we drawing that match.
Tony, he's the captain. That's the main part, bruv. Right?
Mm,
Tony Adams, Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, right? KDB. I can go on and on of captains, different clubs, etc. This kid, it's too inconsistent. And
mm,
people and I know we have injuries, and you do make a good case. He's not a bad technical footballer, but damn it, Tony, when the rubber hits the road, he is not there.
mm.
When it comes to crunch time, how many times has he let us down? Several.
True. Several
Several
times.
times. And I'm not trying
Several
to put
times.
yesterday on his shoulders. Yesterday goes on everyone's shoulders. But I'm sorry, you're the captain of the third biggest club in England.
Yeah.
Like we
Fact.
need strength and bodies in there, people that are direct with the ball, not flick their hair and do nice little back heels and do stuff. I get it. I'm not going to go on the hair flicks and all that, right? That's always
Mm,
been talked about. I'm not going to degrade the guy like that. But the fact of the matter is, Tony, he's not the leader of this club. Gabrielle and Rice are the leaders of this club, and they need to be
definitely.
established leaders and keep their careers at Arsenal as much as we can get them to stay, regardless of money. Rice is playing much better than he was earlier this season, right? The eyes don't deceive, and the stats don't deceive. He's been fantastic the last few weeks. But Odegaard,
Mm,
he's great against PSV. But yay, Tony, that was centuries ago now, bro.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
football
Yeah.
moves so fast. The world of football, you know this. BBK knows this.
Yeah.
Next in the chat. The world of
True.
football moves so fast that if you're out of
Mm.
form for 2 or 3 weeks, it's damaging, bro. And this
It's
kid is
damaging.
out. He's out.
Completely damaging, man.
Big up
Mm.
Arsenal above. Pow, pow, pow.
Big
You
up
know,
Arsenal, Arsenal above all. Po, po, po.
yeah.
Everybody freeze. My guys, exactly. Guys, if you've not subscribed to Arsenal above all, go subscribe there. He doesn't churn out too many shows, but whenever he churns out shows, I mean, it's a proper one. Big up to him. Shout out to him. There were, I mean, it's cool and okay to look at Odegaard's problems in this team, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, he created some certain chances. I'm not the one to say he created a ton of chances. No, but he created some certain chances. There was one he created, bro. A simple ball down to Trossard, and Trossard just threw it all away. My brother. I wonder why Arsenal wasn't going down the tunnel at Old Trafford after the first half, 2 to 3 nil leaders of that matchup. I wonder. We had a total ball possession of about 68% of the ball possession. What were we doing with that possession? And there is a more bigger problem with Arsenal and Mr. Arteta. Whenever these teams, come on a mid block or come on a low block, just like Manchester United, it was fluctuating between a low block and a mid block. This guy's idea is just completely just buries himself under. We don't see any kind of tactical awareness whatsoever with this manager. He completely just freezes. Oregon Gunner, like, I mean, After the first season when he challenged with Man City, yeah, the second season, yeah,
Yeah.
he found a cure to the problem. He started beating these teams that decide to keep a low block. But this
Mhm.
season we've completely failed in manifesting
Right.
any kind of trajectory forward with these teams that decide to come and keep a low block or decide to go on a low block. What do you think about the tactics of Manchester United on the day and with this manager and with his organization and and him not be able to conceive any kind of ideas to be able to check this teams that go on an extreme mid block or low block.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He's had problems with that for the last 3 or 4 years, right? They were playing 2 blocks of 5, Tony. I
Oh
mean,
God.
no, it's really difficult for any team to beat that, regardless if it's United or not. Amarim's probably just told him when we're back defensively, just getting 2 blocks of 5, stretch
Mm,
out because we have no real, impact on the attack, and that comes from the manager. But I gotta say, man, when you're
yeah.
when you're Odegaard and the captain, it's your job to unlock that attack,
Hmm.
right? It's the manager's job
Hmm.
as well, and that's why I blame both of them. Really, I blame the whole squad, but specifically to your point, you know, we've seen this over and over and over of teams doing this, and we still
Mm,
don't have the right solution, and we don't have the right players. Right? It's a lot to ask Waneri, who's caught in a double
yeah.
team every single time he touches the ball, to create something. Right? It's a lot for Trossard when they're double teamed every time to create something. But these are the things that we've talked about over and over and over, Tony, for the last year and a half on your show. You know,
Mm,
when is he going to find the right players in the right places to pop those balls over the low block and have a striker
yeah.
running? We don't have a striker. Like Moreno won't know to do that, right? It's not
Mm,
instinctual enough. And this is where I sort of get the and I agree with what Abs was saying today. At least
yeah.
Sterling has some sort of natural attacking talent that Moreno doesn't have. And again, we're not gassing up Sterling, but you have to play an attacking player in an attacking position. It sucks
But
that he's really the last one on the
but
bench.
again, but again, we've seen him come in and we've seen him completely stink up the place.
Hey,
I mean,
let's
it's
think about this.
worse.
You're
I,
playing,
I
but
mean, I've said I don't want to see him play. I
I
mean,
don't either.
let's
But
let's just
if,
let's just roll with this Merino thing because
Tony,
Sterling is
listen,
useless.
you've
It's
got to
useless.
gamble. If you're a gambling man, if you were a gambling man and you saw that Arsenal 11 and you were to place a bet on Moreno up front or Sterling up front, which one are you going to go for?
No, I will go for who has the form, who has scored for us. And I'm
Well,
sorry, in the last how many games, Sterling
but,
hasn't even scored a goal for us. So
well,
I'll go with the informed player. And to be very sincere with you, Sterling gives us nothing. I'll argue to the depths of the earth. This guy's useless. I mean, you
right,
saw that game against PSV, yeah, where this guy, Calafiori, was bumping forward from the left hand
right,
side. He had to run, yeah, a complete 360 from defense down to even the right hand side where Sterling was, because they've already substituted.
right.
They've already made that change for Sterling to come in, and Sterling was there. And Calaferi went down there to that right hand side and scored a goal. Odegaard just passed the ball, tap tap, boom, he scored the goal, easy. But Sterling, oh my God, he would have even missed that chance. There's no confidence whatsoever.
Uh,
Doesn't seem to want to play for the football club. So why
right.
risk playing him? But I hear you. It's good to have fresh legs, but fresh legs to do nothing. I mean,
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. But Moreno's not doing anything. Moreno had 8 touches against West Ham. I mean, that's what I think. So if everything blows up, excuse me, like it did in
sorry,
Arteta's
man.
face,
Yeah.
like everything blew up in Arteta's face with injuries. I get that, but you've got to look at that bench and say who has at least a history of some offensive striking ability, just the ability, right? So
Mm,
I'm sorry, but Moreno's like the last one I would put up there. Well, not the last one, right? But I mean, he's further down the list. I mean, and I know Sterling's shit. I get it, but you
yeah.
see where I'm going with this. Like even in
Yeah, I
stupid
see.
You can't play Moreno up there. It's going to give you a big red exclamation point if you put Moreno striker, right? You put Sterling up there, it's going to give you a yellow exclamation point, meaning that he doesn't play the position, but at least it's an attacking option. At least he can dribble past the defender. That's the thing I think that Abs was talking about earlier that I agree with.
When was the last time Sterling beat his man? No, because when was the last time Sterling beat his man? Sterling doesn't beat anyone. He doesn't get the ball across anybody.
When does Moreno do in the box? At least Sturridge can turn. Sterling can at least turn. Sterling.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you. But Sterling's form is, it's down the toilet. Anyone calling for Sterling to play? I mean, we've seen it all. We've seen it. We've seen it all. We've seen it all. He's useless. He can't get past any man. I've not seen him get past any man in about 10 games.
He'd have fit Martinelli on the bench and didn't fucking play him yesterday. That's the
But even Martinelli, when he came, you saw what he did. What did he do? It's useless. Arsenal's bench is useless.
Bro, Tony, they're playing 2 banks of 5, okay? So 2 banks of 5 defensively. That left wide and that left wide midfielder, right? If it goes to 2 banks of 5 and their left wide back, that's a double team on all the wingers. It was brilliant by Amarum. But when you have Martinelli playing on the left, he plays on the right. Martinelli made United look shite. He doesn't get a chance. He needs to be up front, bro. That's the thing.
I know. It's just the team we have now is such in a shitty state that you can't even. You can't choose even between any of them because it's all a stinker. It's all a stinker. Martinelli looks drab. Look at that. Look at that shot. It was to just tap in. It was then a called off for offside, but it was just a simple tap in to score it, and it's guided away. Bro, it's simple. These guys, there's something wrong.
All strikers miss once in a while, bro. But I'm just saying, I don't understand the Moreno thing at all. I don't get why one of our slowest fucking central midfielders is up front. It makes no sense. Even with Sterling up there, as much as he's a fucking turd, as much as you're 1,000% correct, he can't score, he's not in form, blah, 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 but he's far more of an offensive threat than fucking Moreno, bro.
I hear you. I hear you.
He can get past a center back in some way, shape, or form. We've seen it. We've seen it as many times at Liverpool City and maybe once in a while at Chelsea. And he was shit at Chelsea and shit at Arsenal. I'm not disagreeing with you at all on that. But it's just offensive players, bro, have to play offensive positions. This Moreno thing is a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
We shouldn't even be in that position. We shouldn't even be in that position.
No,
in the first place.
What are we doing?
We shouldn't even be in that position.
You can play one area up front. Remember, we talked a couple weeks ago. Stick one area up front for 20 minutes. At least he can turn. At least he can trap a ball, do it, a little flippy flop with his leg over it or whatever. I can't think of all the I'm right. At least he can trap over.
AFC always big ups to you, man. It says, how does a manager who wins nothing and plays shit football have a cult? That has to be the comment of the season, bro. That has to be the comment of the season, man. I love that comment. How does this guy get a cult for winning nothing? Okay, an FA Cup and some couple of trades. But, man, not good enough. Oregon, give me perspectives. Give me perspectives to Bruno Fernandes' goals. As in, what did you see within those minutes getting into that goal, the build-up, the wall, everything, Anthony Taylor, everything that happened? Could you just take us through what you felt, happened down there? And was there any discrepancies down there? Who do you blame for that goal? Would you blame Trossard for making that tackle? Or would you blame David Raya for actually opening up the entirety of the right-hand side and showing to Bruno Fernandes, come and score the goal? The goal post is yours.
I'm not going to go on Raya. That was a beautiful free kick. I don't know if a lot of keepers would have caught that. Should he have been positioned differently? Yes. But if that's the only goal they scored, obviously it was, on a free kick, then that happens, bro. I'm not going to dig out Raya because he saved our ass at the end. Because without Raya, it's a 3-1 loss. And I couldn't fathom losing to that fucking shit squad at 13th place. There's no way. And that's why all the blame to me goes on Arteta, and the execution of the players is to blame as well. This was a big game. Every time we play United, regardless of where we're at in the table or they're at, it's a big game. It's a bigger rivalry than Spurs. I know some will disagree with that. Fair enough. But to me, it's the biggest rivalry, bro. Like, we have to beat them. We've beat them 5 times. If we would have beat them, we would have beat them 5 times in a row, which would have the first time we ever would have done that. But no, Arteta has to stick Moreno up front, and there's no target man. Like, that's why the crosses are so bad, because there's no fucking target man.
Yeah, exactly, man. The crosses were just
there.
It was just going to a bunch of nobodies.
Stay back.
There was nobody there, no imposing figure. Marino, who's tall, couldn't even use his height. I mean,
I'm 6'2" myself.
It was a trap, man.
I could have headed a couple of those in. Doubtful.
in your day.
But the fact of the matter is, I'm not a footballer getting $250,000 a week either. I haven't been playing at the pro level since I was fucking 12.
Fact.
The thing is that Moreno could get ahead on the ball, but he doesn't know where to be. He doesn't understand to utilize the box, where to stand in the box, where to be at the pen spot, where to be at the goal box on the near post or right post, which way the ball's coming. It's like, why is he up there? I mean, again, with Sterling, I know he's shit, and we've said this 1,000 times, but he at least has attacking nous, right? He at least has history of scoring goals, regardless if they're KDB tap-ins or not, or penalties or whatever. He knows how to get around a center back, right? It takes work and technical ability, which he's lacking right now at 30 years old.
But do you think he has a problem? Do you think he has a problem with Sterling right now? Do you think there's a problem brewing? Because when I saw him bringing in Kyrian from the bench and Sterling was just there moping on the bench, I started feeling like, okay, maybe these two have been an argument. There's a big bust up in that Arsenal. I mean, big bust up in the office of Mikel Arteta with Sterling, because I mean, you need a goal instead of you to bring in a Sterling. You're bringing in a Kyrian. That says it all about the position of Sterling and how he thinks about Sterling and his form.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. They probably are not seeing eye to eye. Sterling isn't the player that he was at City when Arteta was at City, and it's Arteta's fucking dumbass that just does he not realize that it's been like 4 years since he's been, it's 6 years since he's been at City. I mean, so to think that he's going to get the Raheem Sterling at 25 years old, I mean, you've got to be a complete idiot to think that. But again, Sterling is a proven international player. Now, if you rate him or not, that's your basic opinion. The fact of the matter is, he's scored goals for England. He's played in World Cup semifinals, and he's fucking scored a ton of goals for City. His resume, he was fantastic. Remember, with Sturridge and Suarez. He was.
But anyway, his form dropped when he was at Chelsea. He hasn't reignited that form he had at Man City. He hasn't showed it yet.
I think
he's yet to show it.
Years off, because they were under 3 different managers. He had they had younger players to deal with, and I'm not defending Sterling. I'm defending is his record against Arteta's obvious arrogance and ignorance not to play attacking players in attacking positions. That's all I'm really saying, right? I'm not going out and getting a Sterling shirt, bro. Fucking Arsenal. And you're not. And he always isn't. Shout out above all of BBK. No one's out buying Arsenal Sterling jerseys. We get that. But you've got to give yourself somewhat of fucking, a way and guidance to achieve the goal by winning the game. And you've got to put people in the right places to do that. Remember, we've talked about this. People, product, process, right? You get the people in, the product's the football, and the process is what you get to the good football. And this process is all blown up to hell now because you're bringing in players like Havertz, Moreno, and Calafiori, who we don't really need. I mean, we need a striker, but we don't need Havertz. We don't need Havertz, bro.
I
What did
mean,
we
we
do?
could go on all this, we can go on this trip blaming everything. But again, there's a big topic also. Exactly. There's a big topic I also want you to talk about, and that is that free kick that Bruno Fernandes took. You've not
It was
answered that
great.
question. Who takes the blame for that one?
Sorry,
Who takes the blame for that one?
sorry if I went off the question a bit, teacher.
Yeah, you did. But I want to know who's to blame,
Hard.
because
You
people
can't.
are they're out there, they're blaming the goalkeeper. They later
No,
said he redeemed himself. I understand that,
sure.
but I mean,
I'm not above being
Trossard
blamed.
to I mean Trossard to just
Why does he do
create
that?
that chance for. I mean, to just
Yeah,
create that chance for
yeah,
Man United at the foot of our 18-yard box. I mean, it's not good
yeah,
enough. But secondly, the wall was about 15 meters away from Manchester United's
yeah,
kick taker. Uh,
yeah.
I mean, they were all over the place. Nothing was arranged. David Rad left that right hand side completely open.
And whose fault is that? That and people want to blame Arteta. That is Odegaard's fault for not organizing his fucking squad, Tony. See,
Hmm.
being there, you are the fucking captain, bro. And this is why, as much as I hate Arteta and want him out, Odegaard gets me just as fucking wound up. You have to be vocal. You hear
Yeah,
Gabriel yelling at him. You see Saliba raising his voice a bit. Raya telling him where to go. Where the fuck is my captain? Where the
true.
fuck is my captain, Tony?
I
Odegaard,
agree. I
tell
agree.
me where to go, where to be, where to look for the outlet ball, where to be on the end. No, should we put someone by the post just in case? Put one in front of Raya, right? You can put players
Mm,
any way you want on a free kick, pretty much. But what you can't do is
true.
be silent when your squad is suffering and knowing that they have one of the best free kick takers in the fucking league who's done it over and over and over. I hate Fernandez. He's
Mm.
a rat bastard, right? But that's a brilliant free kick. It's a great free kick. If we would have done it, we'd be, oh, right? I
I
mean,
think we made it look great. I don't think. I mean, it just put a little dink on it or something like that. But I mean, it was it, bro, man. I don't think that was spectacular or something out of this world or something like that. We
No,
uh,
but
we just gave them that goal. The wall was horrible,
right.
and just
Who
like
called
AFC
that?
always says here, Riot's positioning was horrendous. I thought, to be very sincere, we dashed them that goal.
Oh,
And that takes you back to the set piece,
but we
to our set piece.
have bigger problems
See,
than
on
that.
the other side of it, yeah, Arsenal haven't scored any
That piece is from
set piece
December.
goal since
December.
December. All right, get it.
We
I,
talked
I
about
mean,
this, Tony, very much. They are going to dry up. They're going to dry up, and they've dried up. Gabriel, one of my favorite players in the squad.
or
Yay.
is it because of Bukayo Saka and the kind of whip
No,
and the kind
Rice
of
is
spin
good. Rice is
it puts
put him in
into
every
those corner kicks?
Yeah, no.
Do you think that's the real problem? Because since
No.
December we've not scored, and that coincides with when Bukayo Saka
I
went
get
on
it.
the ground.
Are you telling me Rice and Odie and Trossard can't put a ball in the box, Tony? Is that what you're telling me?
Hmm. No, but Bukayo Saka had a special kind of whip to those corner
Really?
kicks.
He has a special whip that Odegaard, Trossard, and Rice can't do? Come on now.
Man.
Come on now, fella. Come on. I get what you're saying. Right? Got you.
I
See?
gotcha.
So, I mean, Rice, I think Rice has put some of those balls in that he scored onto. Probably less than Saka,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure Rice has dealt some of those for Gabriel. Of course, maybe 2 or 3, but less than Saka. Fair enough. I just,
Mm.
we talked about them drying up. All of our friends here on YouTube have talked about it, the comments, that this will dry up. But that fucking
Mm.
mural is still there, isn't it? That mural's still
Yeah.
there, right? And this is the
Mm.
stuff that gets me so angry, gets you upset, Abs, Gunner, Connor, TJ Jez, etc. Right? The focus was then on our set pieces and the set piece manager. Why? That's part of the game. And it was
Mm.
great while it lasted, but we all knew it was going to dry up. You aren't going to score from every corner, bro. It's not going to happen, right? And so putting so much emphasis on that has really, we couldn't score goals. How long did we go without scoring goals in open play?
Hmm.
I know, Tony. This has been a shit season. I mean,
It's been. I just wish the season should just close off. Bro, I just want to forget everything in football and just concentrate
we
on other
digress.
things because it's
Digress.
such a horrible season, man. I can't believe what I saw this season, man. Such a horrible, horrible one. No trophies won, no striker. Odegaard is shitty, bro. Our wingers are completely awful, horrendous.
Can't
I
do
mean,
anything.
it's shocking at this point. But
It
let's
is.
see, let's see what we have here. AFC always says Arteta shouldn't walk off supposedly to handle that pressure. Second highest paid manager. Slot has only been managing 2 more years than him. Let's go into this slot Mikel Arteta
Sure.
thing going on. So this manager, when he wins this title, is gonna get into a certain elite class of managers that
It is.
just came down to sarcasm raid. Big ups to Latimus Prime. Latimus Prime, how you doing, my brother? Latimus Prime was supposed to join us on this show on I think that was supposed to be on Sunday. I wanted to
Okay.
bring him as a surprise guest on
Oh, okay.
on Wednesday and on Friday. Sorry,
Did
and
he
on
take time?
Saturday. Sorry.
Did he take
Yeah,
state
but
time?
he couldn't make the show. Ladimus couldn't make the show in
Right.
the week, so we decided to put it on Sunday, and then we went to Old Trafford and completely shit across the yard, and I was just too weak to do a show. So I'm sorry about that, Ladimus. I was just too weak to even do anything. I mean, such a shit show, And again, I have to go defend myself in the court because that place is no longer, a place
It
where
is.
I have to come there and enjoy talking football. It's like a courtyard. Everyone down there in Sarkazin TV and in the charts are ready to eat me up alive, at Sarkazin TV. Thanks for the raid, Sarkazin TV. You guys, thanks for showing up for me. I mean, we have about 30 people down here. Big up to you, Flawless. I'll build you on Wednesday when you have that show. Ladimus, I saw your post on Twitter. I won't run away. I'll come down to the courtyard at Sarkazin TV and answer to my crimes. No problem. No problem. But see, yeah, let's see. Oregon, let's go like this, yeah. Liverpool, yeah, because Arsenal has Bukayo Saka out. We have Kai Havertz out, and we also had Martinelli out in spells. Yeah, throw that all away. If Liverpool misses Cody Gakpo, if Liverpool misses Salah to a long-term injuries. I'm just saying,
Van
sporadically,
Dijk.
yeah. And then they lose not maybe a Van Dijk, they lose a Diaz, yeah.
Yeah.
That front
Right.
three go just almost the same thing with
Sure.
Arsenal. Does this does the manager win this league? Let's say we're in the same point. Maybe they're leading by 1 point
Yeah.
or 2 points or something like that. The same. Do
Yeah.
do you think? Do you think Anslot is going to win the title?
Yes, because he has Diaz and Jota and
Shout,
Nunes.
shout,
So
shout, shout,
no
shout out to
problem.
Flawless. Thanks for the raid, Flawless man. Big ups to you. I'll see you Wednesday, my G. I'll see you Wednesday. We're gonna have words. We're gonna talk, but
It'll be a
it's not gonna
battle.
be as easy as you guys think it is. I mean, I saw people on Chackers and TV shaking their bums, being happy. I mean, see, because we have to talk about how this Manchester United guys are moving.
Oh
Oregon
yeah.
Gunner, man. I mean, some were smiling, some were having a
Hey,
dance, and I mean, some were partying. Bro, I saw Said on All Smiles outside the ground that they've taken 1 point. I mean, where are the standards for Manchester United? I
I'm
mean,
the
it's
I'm
okay to cry about Arsenal, but I mean, Man United, what is this?
they disappeared when a certain Scotsman left. Then the standards went to shit. But they have more trophies than us in the last 5 years. So what do you say about that?
I mean, they're all dancing and
Oh
having a
no.
good time that they took
Yeah.
points away from Arsenal. Bro, that's supposed to be a rivalry.
Oh,
It's supposed to
United
be
in
a
the FA Cup?
rivalry, right?
United in the FA Cup? Are United
Well,
in the FA Cup?
I mean,
Well, you
flawless.
got
But no problems. I'll be there on Wednesday. We'll just have a talk. We'll just have a talk. So, Arvin Goodness, you've not answered that question.
I
If
have not.
Anslot has, if he's got Cody Gapco out,
Okay.
if he's got Salah out, and if he's got Diaz out, do they win the title easily as people think?
No.
No, right? Okay, why? What's your context to that? Because mind you, Mohamed Salah has 27 league
Exactly.
goals this season.
Incredible.
27 goals this season, bro. Both penalties, everything. So, I mean, throw away Salah out of that team. Do they win this league? How? Who gets the goals for them?
Well, I was just going to say they still have Diaz, Jota, and Nunez. Not that we rate
No,
Nunez or
I said Diaz out. So Diaz,
Diaz
Gakpo,
out.
and Salah out.
Salah.
So who
And
scores for them?
they've got Szoboszlai, they've got Nunez, and they've got Jota. How many times has Jota scored against us? Jota dagger, several times.
But will Jota win them the league? Jota is always injured.
No,
Jota is always injured.
Fair enough.
Jota is always injured. He won't win them the league.
My point is they have,
And he's not a 20-goal striker.
My point is
he's not a Premier League 20-goal striker.
Tony, but they have depth in those options in those positions that we do not have. We loaned out fucking Nelson.
I hear you, but who would score Salah's 27 goals?
Gabriel Jesus is injured all season. No one. You're right. I agree with what you're saying.
Okay.
If they don't have a Salah, then their whole season's gone. Let's be honest. That's true. But the reality is that he's not injured, and that he's not gone, and he scored 27 fucking goals so far, and the season isn't even over yet. We still have 30% of the season, 25% of the season to go. Right? 40 games essentially, 10 games to go, 25%, right?
Yeah.
So 25% of the season to play for. That doesn't mean shit to us because we're so far behind. But Salah's just going to keep scoring if he stays healthy. He's going to get 36, 37 goals this season.
Bro, we're doomed, man. We're doomed. I don't know, man. This manager has completely, because of his pride, this manager has completely truncated everything. Okay, good. Let's go to this stupid manager's press conference. Did you see how this idiot manager walked off a press conference just because of a normal question? I mean, a true journalist asked him 15 points away from Liverpool, which is not a lie. That's a clear question. Mikel Arteta, answer the goddamn question. I mean, I can't be here, being on trial, in a courtyard at Sackleton TV, and Northside is calling me out. Lee Gunner is looking at me and saying, "Oh, you're now a top dude." I mean, my brother, Southern Gunner, doesn't even want to talk to me no more. I mean, I've not heard from him since everything that has been happening and what I said on Flawless's channel. I mean, I'm in trouble. But Mikel Arteta can't face the simple thing why we everyday fans who actually do love the club, we love the club, is out here, being slagged off everywhere for just showing the slightest support for the team. But Mikel Arteta cannot stay in that booth, and answer a goddamn question. What was your thoughts about Mikel Arteta and how he walked off that question on the day?
It's embarrassing to the club. Like, just answer the question. It's really straightforward. Yeah, we're 15 points behind. The table doesn't lie, Mikel. The table doesn't lie, Tony. I don't know what that's about. I mean, what it does, though, it sends a negative signal to the squad, right? That he doesn't want to be bothered with facts because he lives in his own Mikel world, right? Where Moreno can actually produce goals for you, right? Where Sterling all of a sudden has no talent anymore. I get it. He's a washed player. I get it. But, I mean, again, are you going to put Sterling or Moreno up there? It just, like, those decisions, and he defends them. And this is the same manager that said the charity shields were trophies. And he said a couple of other crazy things, too. I can't recall off the top of my head right now. But it just, he knows his time's limited. And I guess with this sporting director, I hope this guy comes in there, wields some power, it takes power away from Arteta.
and takes
Man
power away from Mikel Arteta.
being
Oh,
wannabe Wenger.
Oregon Guinea, yeah. Do you think it's because of the low block that Manchester United played against us, or the mid block, because they were just interchanging between a low block and a mid block, and of course someone like Zexi is a very fast-paced player. Is that kind of guy that can hurt you. I mean, maybe not in terms of scoring goals, but is that kind of guy that can advance the play forward. He could make serious tackles. He could, his pace. Any player that has dangerous pace always stands a chance in trying to, just create certain chances. And he did yesterday. And you know what? Yeah, that second half is one of the most. That's the worst second half I've seen Arsenal play all season.
I thought the
Oregon,
time we played
we could have
well.
been 4-1 off the
All
pitch.
right, yeah,
See, bro,
defensively was
it
bad,
would have
but the
been a
counter
different
was pretty
conversation with
good.
this Manchester United team, bro. In that second half, Arsenal could have been easily 4-5-1
Yeah,
at a loss in that second half
would have
only.
been 3-1.
Counting the chances, the Mazarawi chant, yeah? How about
Right,
that? The Bruno chant, where that was the chant in the dying minutes, yeah, where David Raya saved the ball, and there was
right.
a clear cut chance for him to just tuck the ball into the net. He fluffed his lines, Bruno Fernandes, and how about that flick that Zexi wanted to do? I mean, a clinical striker would just dink it over the keeper. It's that easy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Xerxes not clinical as of yet, right? I mean, he's still a young kid, kind of learning his ways in the league. But yeah, and wouldn't it be worse if you really look at games of Arsenal? We're at our worst in transition.
Yeah,
We're being
our
counterattacked.
counter attacks are horrible.
Just a bunch of fucking ants running around trying to collect food, right? It's disgraceful. And we saw that firsthand yesterday. Once we're in transition, it all falls apart. It gets nervous. Gabriel starts running backwards, Saliba running backwards. Gabriel's yelling and pointing. Saliba's not saying anything, just kind of fixated on that one player, right? Things are moving a lot quicker. And I think that's what
Yeah,
happened. They played the 2 banks of 5, and they had a very, very quick counterattack. Xerxes very fast. He's not, the refined striker yet that, the United or Wallace, the rest of the United crew want. But I mean, again, it's a target man, right? Is Moreno faster than Zerke? No. Can Moreno get the ball
no,
around
no,
center back at the
nah,
halfway line?
nah,
No.
nah,
Right? And those
nah.
are the things that kill us. We are
Yeah,
horrible in transition. We've always been horrible in transition, even the Wenger years, I think,
sure,
at times.
sure. And
You know,
Manchester United created the better chances.
Sophie and Sophie.
Despite we having 68% of the ball possession, they
Yeah,
create more better chances than us.
yeah.
The,
It's just
the chances they created were clear cut chances.
it's a mess, bro, in transition. And that's because we play too much of a high line at times. And sometimes it works, right? Like it worked against City, 5-1, and it
Mm,
worked against Holland before, right? Because you keep the
yeah,
steroid freak Viking, at the halfway line the whole time. He
yeah,
can't get any
yeah.
penetration. But, when it's someone like Xerxes, you don't know what he's going to do, right? That's the other thing.
Mm,
We don't play
mm,
against Holland now a lot, right? We know what he's capable
yeah.
of. We know what his strengths and weaknesses are. I don't think Arteta knows shit about Xerxes, right? And not to say again that he's
It
some world
doesn't.
leader, and not
It
that we're
doesn't. He's too proud.
but
He's too proud to know anything
how do
about
you know
him.
who you're playing, bro? Like this kid is quick. They were on that counter, and that was part of the tactical setup. And remember, Amarin is not a bad coach. He's having a tough time with. I would even shout out to Flawless. Flawless would say this is one of the worst Man United squads they've had in a long time, right? And this guy's brought in to change the style of play a bit. He's obviously changed the formation, changed players around, and they're getting one results like this, and that's good for them where they're at in the table. But that's
Yeah,
horrible for us, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
if the shoe was on the other foot, we would be glad. God forbid, if we were 12th or 13th, we would be glad to get that point and keep them from advancing as well. But
From
the thing is,
advancing as well. Yeah, that's true.
I think
That's true.
Alvarez
So
has
Man United have actually blighted our chances of getting
there.
anywhere near the league title. So I mean that's what rivals do, and they did it. They did it. So I give kudos to Manchester United. They did it. But the only thing there is that they will probably go to Europe and get smashed up by Real Sociedad. I mean, it
Maybe.
doesn't.
Both those
Bro, that's how it feels. That's how
yeah,
it
that could
feels. They'll probably go to Europe and get smashed up by them, and Arsenal can't go and impose themselves. You say you're going for a title, but you can't beat the 14th place Man United
right.
team,
Yeah,
bro. It doesn't make sense.
we have no
It
target
doesn't
man.
make sense at all. Mostly when you factor in that performance against PSV, and I'm like, where is the creativity? And I mean, that's why I want you to chime in on this Thierry Henry stuff when Thierry Henry was talking about Arsenal isn't creating chances. We're
Right,
not,
we're not.
and
We just
our injury record is something to be
right.
talked about. And I had a chat on Igal's channel, and the question Igal asked me was, uh, uh, is Thierry Henry jealous of Mikel Arteta? And
No,
I was like, oh my God, what is this? What have I run into?
Thierry
I'll be
Henry.
posting the clips on my shorts, guys. Watch out for that one. Guys, if you're coming in from Sarkazin TV, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, please. I really do need that. I'll be on Sarkazin TV on Wednesday, guys. And of course, my guy, Oregon Gunner, is down here with me. Oregon Gunner, you were saying something
No, I think making the what were you saying before?
about Thierry Henry,
Oh yeah,
about
yeah.
the
I mean,
criticism about
so
Thierry Henry. He said that we can't create, we're not creative, and we have Arsenal fans who are out there on Twitter calling him out, saying he's jealous of Mikel Arteta.
no, yeah, no, that's the cult. Don't listen to what the cult says. He's not jealous of anything. He's just calling out. He's using whatever critical thinking skills Henri's got to create a narrative that this manager is not good enough. And I agree with that. The attacking options aren't good enough. And again, as much as we blame Arteta, who does it come down to when it comes down to on the pitch?
Mm, mm,
Odegaard. It
mm.
all comes down to the manager and the captain and how they're running the squad together. That's what I'm kind of thinking now that how many backwards passes and sideways passes do we have to watch this kid make, bro?
That's even the worst. The
That's
sideways, backwards
that's what
passing.
Henry's talking
You in
about.
the goddamn 18-yard box. Shoot.
That's what Henry's
Shoot.
talking about. He's not talking about
You in
Arteta.
the 18-yard box.
Arteta's
Shoot.
not making tactics on
Bro.
the ball, bro. That's what Henry's talking about. He's not talking about Arteta's tactics and us shooting the ball. He's talking about the actual inability we have to shoot the ball, if that makes sense, right? The extra touches, the spinning it back outside, the doing the 360, Trossard with his little 360s on top of the ball, spinning it back out.
Odegaard doing a Cruyff turn. What
Yeah,
are you doing? Flicking the air past the goddamn ball. And you know what? Yeah, Odegaard was just holding the ball for far too long for my liking. There's sometimes when you hold the ball, yeah, tap, boom, get it going, get it going, get it going,
right,
get it to flow.
right.
This
And
guy is just completely clueless. Bro, we need another number 10. We
oh,
need another number 10.
we need two, but we need two of everything. Like we need another center back that's good enough to keep the same levels as Gabriel and Saliba when one of them is out or injured or, sold. Like if we sell Gabriel, who's going to put in there? Calafiori? Huior? Ben White? Really? I know we're changing subjects a bit, but the Henry thing, we can wrap that up. Bro, he's not criticizing Arteta. It's Arteta, again, it's down to Odegaard to be the captain and create the chances. You are the driving machine of the squad. So Thierry Henry's criticism isn't against Henry or some sort of jealousy bullshit. He's saying it to Odegaard and the offensive side of the squad to wake up. You're in the 18-yard box. Take a shot. If he deflects, it may go to another player. It may come off a defender's leg. But if you don't shoot, you can't score. I mean, George Graham had some sort of saying about, if you don't shoot, you can't score to win the day or some shit like that, right?
Exactly, man.
I used to remember
They don't shoot. They don't do anything.
30s. I was captain telling the guys, if we don't shoot, we don't win. Like you have to shoot the ball. It doesn't matter if you hit it matters if you blow it way off, but if you miss the post by a few inches and it goes out as a goal kick, that's still a decent shot, bro. That's still a decent shot. You're not going to score every time, but you've got to shoot the fucking ball when you have the opportunity.
You have to. Big up to Aces. Of course, Aces. I know I don't have the answers. I've completely fluffed my lines. I said that Arsenal was going to smash up Manchester United, and now I have to eat my own words. I have to go on my day to court and go face Sackers and TV flawless. Oh my days! I don't even get me started on Duncy. I just don't even want to see what's his name? Your friend, our friend.
Follett, Lee Gunner.
Nah,
Who?
TJ, guys.
Oh,
I
TJ.
just don't want to look TJ in the eyes and oh my days, bro. Oh my God, bro, guys, I'm in trouble. I don't know how I'm gonna spin out of this one because I have to answer for my crimes, on Sackers and TV. But you know, right now I'm clueless because who would have thought? Who would have thought that Arsenal won't go down there, and smack them up? I mean, this is a 14th place Manchester United team, horrible in set pieces, but defending them and scoring them. They don't have a prolific striker. Both strikers are shit. I mean, we have all the trappings and all the materials to go there and win this game.
We don't have that.
Just.
That's where you're wrong, my brother. We don't have the
bro. They are 14th in the league. They are 14th in the league. There's no excuse. We have to beat them.
Arsenal, Man
United. The 14th in the league. We have to beat Man United.
You cannot say, Tony, that we have the proper tools in our toolbox to beat them.
I get, but even apart from the injuries, we ought to have beaten Manchester United at least 2-1. Bro, we had 68% of the ball possession at Old Trafford.
Bro, listen.
What did we do with that ball possession? Sideways passes, bro. We had all the trappings to win that game.
Uncle Jez told me this yesterday morning before the game. We have not scored 3 goals at Old Trafford since September 1970. 1970. That's 4 years before I was born. We've scored 2 goals, 1 goal, but we have never scored 3 goals there since 1970, bro. Let that sink in. That's how big this rivalry is. And both teams are shit. We're better.
No, but they are in a bigger shit than we are.
Yes.
Bro, they're not going to Europe next season.
Oh, yeah. No, that's bad. That's really bad. That's
scraping, bro. They're scraping the floors for points.
We're not, bro. Listen,
they are in a bad place.
Like we're doing big things. If we didn't get Tony, even though we're in Europe and they're not, if we didn't get PSV in that draw and gotten somebody else, you still think we would have won 7-1? Luck of the draw, bro.
You know what? That's a different. But again, arguing, that's a different ball game entirely. And that's why my argument on Sackers in TV was completely taken out of context. But this is what I would say. Based on that one, Look at this Manchester United team, We'll go to the yard and they're keeping a low block. It would be, you know what? It would be unfair for me to just say it was a low block. They were alternating between a low block and a mid block, and using their wingers or the strikers to actually enforce anything they had to enforce. And they did catch us a few times. I do agree with that. No problem. But they did keep a low block at home. I've seen that these Premiership teams already know how to sniff point away from Arsenal. They know the good thing to do. It's tap, boom, keep a low block, tap, boom, keep a mid block, wait for that counter attack because they know they will suck Arsenal in. And from there, keep counter attacks. Before you know it, they're now 18-yard box because all our defenders are out. Calafiori is already, in the 18-yard box flying. Timber is already out of position. The only two that's down there will be maybe Saliba, and if we're lucky, maybe Gabriel might be making his way back down to the to the back to help us out. And by then, this team's already face to face with David Raya, ready to score. We've seen that a couple of times in that matchup against Manchester United. So these teams already know how to keep. A low block against Arsenal, sniff our points, be physical against us, and they sniff at the point. But in Champions League, it's a different ball game. Look at PSV; they came out to play. They wanted to play soccer with us. And to be very sincere, we do have players that could actually,
Oh, yeah.
make you suffer when you do give them those standard spaces. Mostly when you give
Right.
Odegaard space, he's a luxury player at best. But again, when you give him that luxury to kind of operate, he's going to exploit the spaces. He's going
Tony,
to unlock defenses.
I
And that's what
agree.
he did against
I
PSV.
agree.
But again, when we meet a team like Real Madrid, do you think Real Madrid is going to be stupid enough to see Arsenal and say we're going to keep a low block like Manchester
Fuck
United did?
no. What Madrid's gonna
Do
do?
you think they're going to keep a mid block the way Manchester
I
United did? The answer
I
is no. They're going to come out and play.
well, okay.
And that's what I'm banking on. Manchester City came out to play. That's what I'm banking on. PSV came out to play. I'm banking on that.
Well,
How
one
about
thing
that, Oregon game? How about that?
I agree with you 100%, and it's Rodrigo versus Calafiori. Yeah, exactly. Um,
Yeah, I know, but oh, wait. Rodrigo Calafiori, isn't it? Can we still do that same comparison with Manchester United? Yeah, we would have laughed off their defense already. But see, it was a draw, so anything can happen. It's a game of football.
right,
But all
right.
I'm saying is, if they come out, we could exploit spaces. I'm not saying we're going to smash them up, but we could still exploit those
Yeah,
spaces. How
we
about
don't
that?
have we don't right. If we have to play, see that's the thing. We have to play a perfect game while where Madrid can beat us and not be perfect, right? That's the thing, right? That's first things first. And when it comes to low blocks, how come City can figure out the low block, Tony? How come
Mm,
Liverpool can figure out the low block, right? You low
yeah,
block against City, you're gonna fucking annihilated. They'll Gavard will shooting the ball 20 yards out while keepers are
yeah,
parrying it back into Foden's hands and Holland's hands, right? So with the low block, you know, that's an Arteta thing. That's an Arteta thing
yeah,
fully. He has to figure out a plan. And we're far too late for that. So your second point against Madrid, I don't know what Madrid's going to do defensively. I do know that they defensively they can be got at, right? And same with Atletico Madrid. Getafe just beat Atletico Madrid 1-0 this weekend, right?
mm,
Both teams can be got at in reality. But the
yeah,
fact is, Madrid ain't going to let go of the ball, bro. Like, we
mm,
ain't going to get the ball. Like, that's the
mm,
other side. So it's going to force us to be on that defensive foot. Now, if we put on a defensive display like we did against City earlier this season, hell yeah,
yeah,
that's good stuff.
mm,
I'll go to the better
mm,
bound, take a 1-1 or a 0-0 any day, right? But the
yeah.
thing is, bro, we ain't going to get the ball. It's just that simple. I mean, Bellingham, I know people don't really rate him and so forth, but I really fucking enjoy Bellingham, bro. He's a
Bro, we're
damn
in trouble,
good
man.
footballer.
We're in trouble. We might get smacked up in that game.
We have Vinny Junior, Rodrigo,
We might
Valverde.
get smacked up in that game.
Oh my
No,
god,
I
dude!
mean, but
Five
no,
players.
I know. We might. There's a possibility of us getting smacked up in that game. But again,
Yeah,
see, let's don't count our
yeah,
chickens before they're hatched.
yeah.
We still have PSV coming up this week.
That's just
My
the ball.
brother, what do you think about that game in PSV,
Uh,
man? Against PSV at the carpet. What do you think, man? Do you
well,
think we
no
smash
pressure.
them up,
Oh yeah, no
dispatch them
pressure.
back to Eindhoven where they came from?
Is there any pressure in that game, Tony?
I don't think so. I mean, we
Yeah,
won 7-1, so
no. Do you feel like there's any pressure? Do you feel like there's any pressure in that game? No.
nah, not really.
Okay, we're going to win
No.
4-0, right? If there's pressure on, if there's pressure, I'd be saying, well, maybe we'll win 1-0, maybe a 2-1, but there's no pressure, so we'll probably dog them 4-0, right? Because that's how
Yeah, and again, they're gonna come to play. That's the thing.
well, maybe
There isn't gonna be any low block.
they might have a new manager by then too. So they're not doing that good. I mean, the Golden Eagles beat them or some shit like that a few weeks ago. But no, I think this is just a walkthrough. It's just a formality. I mean, obviously it's a
Mm,
formality, right? No way on God's green earth they're going to score 7 goals. Go through on an 8-7 aggregate without us scoring.
yeah,
Happen.
yeah. All
But,
gonna,
we have to be
yeah,
up for
yeah.
it. We have, but sorry, yeah, I know we got to get going soon, but we got to close the door on them, right? And that may be a little more difficult if we win 1-0, if we draw 1-1 or 2-2 or something, which I don't think will happen. I think we're going to win 2 or 3-0.
Yeah,
We just close it out, but we've got to be prepared for Madrid. He should be preparing for Madrid as we speak right now.
definitely. All gonna. Final question.
Yeah,
Are we? I mean, guys in the chat, yeah. I mean, Arsenal. There's no trophy in terms of the Premier League. I mean, anyone who is still having that dream in this chart, please. I am the one telling you right now, yeah.
Crosley
forget that
aligned.
dream. I mean, guys, it doesn't get real than this. When Tony Claude is telling you, forget that dream.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just, I
True.
mean, shove it down the toilet. Shove that
Right.
dream, yeah, off the toilet. No one is giving Arsenal this title. Yeah, we're pretty
Yeah.
much finished. Yeah, it's done. It's done. It's done, guys. So, since we're no more in this battle of the Premiership title, my brother, is this now a top four battle? And where does Arsenal stay in this top four battle? Because right now, man,
City and
these teams
Forest.
are looking real bad, and
Yeah.
all of them are justed for this Champions League spot. And with the
Yeah.
way we're dropping points, my brother, man,
We
might
got
be a
Chelsea.
tight one for Arsenal to keep that top four.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Um. Dude, it's tough. There's still 10 games left to play, isn't there? Um. I think Forest did us a massive favor by beating City. I
Yeah.
think that was a big favor. To be honest, I think we stay second, but I think we just barely by Forest because I think Forest are a real machine this season. But they may drop points too. Again, there's 25% of the season left to play, 10, 11 more games they may have, and then I'm sure they're going to drop some points. But I wouldn't be surprised. See, if you would ask me this about 3 weeks ago, I would have
Yeah.
said City beat us to second. Is what
Hmm.
I would have said. We would have finished third by behind City by about 3 to 4 points, and
Yeah.
Forest would be behind us by 2 or 3 points. But now that Forest has beaten City, that puts a bit of a gap. I think 5 points between Forest and City. I think 4 or 5 points. It's going to be difficult to maintain second.
Hmm.
But I do think Forrest will drop points. If you ask the Yeti, I think if he was to look ahead of the schedule, he would probably say there's some draws in there. Maybe not losses, but definitely some draws. So shout out Yeti. I think that. God, I think we can get some wins though. I think we have some weak teams coming up too. I have to look at the schedule again, but I know we got Chelsea. I think coming up next, which will be a tough game. Even though they're supposed to be garbage as well. But
Yeah.
much better. But no, it's going to be a battle for definitely for the second and third place, bro. With Forest and if City can,
Yeah.
if Forest and City get a win, right, they're back in it. So I mean,
But bro, with the games coming up, do you think with the games coming up, can Arsenal find it easy to? Because right now, see here, guys, yeah, we're no longer in this title. Forget this title thing, yeah. We're battling for Champions League football next season.
Right.
So I mean, with the fixtures we have, I mean, Liverpool fixture will be coming up later on after the international break. I mean, Chelsea's down there lying in the waiting for us. I mean, they still have revenge in their eyes
they
to,
want to beat us, bro.
I mean, and with what we did against Manchester United, and they're not as bad as United at all in any way. Do you think Chelsea's gonna beat us up? Do you think there's a chance Latimer's prime and his minions would actually smash us up?
That's got draw written all over it. I can put out early prediction of 2-2 draw possibly. Cole Palmer,
Tell that face, bro.
Nicholas Jackson is still injured.
Oh god,
Nicholas Jackson, bro.
we're finished. We
Cole
can't even beat Chelsea again, bro. We're done. We're finished. We can't even beat Chelsea no more. We're done. Hi, Maria. We can't even beat Chelsea, bro. This is. I can't believe. I can't believe what. Oh my days, bro.
Now if
we're in a big mess.
If he plays Trossard and Martinelli up front and
big up Somalia,
right, then yes, I think we can get something at Chelsea. But we're not getting crap at Chelsea if we have that donkey Moreno up front. I would really, and I would rather even have Kai Havertz.
But again, why calling him a dog? This guy is a midfielder, and they're asking him to do a striker's job. Bro, can't you see it that this manager is misusing this player?
Right.
Can't you see? He's not a striker. No, and it's not, and that's not for you. Yeah, it's just because many people are abusing this guy now the same way they were abusing Kai Havertz, and I'm asking that same question. Right. Why talk about this guy? Yeah, when he's just there to do a job for us. He's not a striker. He's a midfielder. He was on the bench, and we took him up and brought him down there. We should be grateful at best for him even being there. To be very sincere with you, he's not a striker. We're actually punishing him being there.
I will take back the donkey comment to please. Moreno, you're not a donkey. You're just a very bad.
Nah, he's a donkey. He's a donkey.
No, he's not a donkey. Okay, well, you're right.
He's a donkey. I got you. He's a donkey, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'll just effing with you, my brother, man. Leave that. He's a donkey, bro. Bro.
Do you think Havertz?
He's a goddamn donkey. Let's be. He's a donkey, bro. He can't score goals. He can't score anything, man. I'll just fucking with you, brother.
People putting them up there.
I get Oregon Gunner all the time, man. I
gotta work meeting here in 5 minutes. We gotta wrap this.
Hey, see you, people. Big up to you, Malia. Yeah, she says proper annoying him and when need to disappear. Yeah, did you see storm off at the end of the game? Exactly, man. He just stormed off. I mean, he's a delusional manager. I mean, it's shocking. Oregon Gunner, what do you got coming up, man?
Well, coming up, not much, man. Got a work meeting here in about 5 minutes, but other than that, not much. Just gonna watch the PSV game. I think is it tomorrow or Wednesday? I'm not exactly sure.
It's on Wednesday. It's on Wednesday.
Probably watch that walkthrough. I'm sure we'll beat them 2 or 3-0. If we lose, then it's even more peak. But I'm pretty confident. But Chelsea's going to be interesting this weekend. Other than that, Friday with TJ and Connor, and see what's going on. And talk about the game, and then the reaction show afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. People are going to. You can follow him on Instagram as Infamous Dal. He also has his channel too. I think. What do you go by on your channel? I think it's Oregon Goon, right?
Yeah, just Oregon Goon.
Yeah, Oregon Goon. So go subscribe to his channel, guys. Oregon Goon. Yeah, you'll find him there on YouTube. Plays games at times. Does 1 or 2 stuff when he can, and he goes on different shows and helps out. So he's a great guy. Big ups to you, Oregon Goon. I will be down here on Wednesday with my people's Josh True Gooner for that watch along PSV versus Arsenal. At Arsenal. So join us for that watch along. I would also be on Sarcasm TV with TJ, my brother, and of course Don T, my guy. Yeah, I'll be down there with him, and of course the boss himself, Flawless. Thanks for the raid, Flawless today. At least to bump me up a little bit. Thanks for that, man. I really appreciate that. That's a brother. Big ups to you, Flawless. I'll see you on Wednesday, and of course, same tomorrow, which is Tuesday. I will be having a date, with Fars and the big brother Northside LDN on his channel tomorrow, 4 p.m. I'll be down there with them tomorrow. Me, Faz, and Northside LDN will be down there tomorrow, chopping it up. So, big things popping up.
Stars are aligning, Tony. They're going to want to know if the stars are aligning.
Yeah, man. Yes, in the Champions League, the stars might still align. Might, guys. Might. Bro, I know how to get these people all the time, man. Oregon gonna have to go, people. From me and Oregon good. We are out. Peace, people. Peace, people. Peace. Peace.